Is your online location useful to your best clients? Regardless of whether or not you sell a product online, you are selling a buyer on something, even if it's just information about who you are and what you do. We all need a website to validate we exist, even if it isn't very pretty. But do we really need to be pretty to sell products and services? Does it need to make someone feel like they can trust you? Yeah. Why? No one is going to write a check to someone that they don't trust, especially not a big one. We buy from those we trust. We can know and like people all day long, but we aren't going to give them money if we don't trust them. Your website is either going to help build trust or help build skepticism. Either way, whether we like it or not, people are making decisions based on what they see about us online, regardless of what the real picture may be. Since most of us don't have time to attend every event in town so we can build relationships, we need a website that works for us in the background. This is a place that should help us blend our offline business development activities with our online resources. Who we are online should match who we are offline. And this can be done with a few simple tweaks to what's already on the website. Moving on, we're going to talk about the 4 easy steps to help make your website more social. Well, this seems obvious, right? But you'd be surprised how much information is misconstrued as useful online. Think about your very best clients. What problems are they typically trying to solve when they land on your website? If your website does not show signs of a clear solution that appeals to them in the first 5 seconds, or they don't know someone affiliated with your company, they will immediately click the back button and be gone. Your job is to give them a reason to stay. Why should they stay? Well, what makes you stay when you visit someone's website? Thanks to Google, we have all become information buyers, meaning we know we can go to Google, type in whatever it is we're looking for, and find out just about anything we want without having a single salesperson call us. We will attempt to help ourselves until we stumble onto something that appears to help us more than we can help ourselves. What does that mean for you? Well, that means your website must educate your very best clients and prospects on how your product or service will solve the problems that keep them up at night. Or they won't care.
But we're doing that.
You say?
We have all kinds of useful information out there. It says right on our homepage how fast we can solve their problems, so they should call us today. The phone number is listed on every page on the website, and they still aren't calling.
Remember how we said earlier that people are information buyers? They aren't going to call you until they first trust you know what you are talking about. And overwhelming them with the awesome features and benefits of your product or service on every page of your website does not help them trust you more. It creates more research on their part. No matter how many times you list your phone number, they are still looking for something or someone who can relate to the problem they are trying to solve. Your goal is to be the influencer that gently guides them towards the best possible solution. You do not need a fancy website to make this happen. It just needs to be useful. Not only does it have to be useful, it has to be useful to your very best clients and prospects, or they will not care, and they will not bring others like them to care either. Okay, there are a billion other websites out there. Why would someone want to waste their time on yours? Yours is only valuable to them if it's more useful than somebody else's. So how can you make it more useful? Even though we are grown-ups, we are all 9-year-olds online and we like to click around, push buttons, and do things. We like to help ourselves and don't waste time on things that confuse us or seem irrelevant. And we absolutely don't want to do something that will prompt a salesperson to call us. Since we like to do things, give us something really useful and or entertaining on your website to click and read or download. Or click to join your community on Facebook. Or click to learn how to solve insert problem you solve. You get the point. Give us something to do and we might come back. Solve a problem for us in a 5-step blog post and we might just spread your gospel. Educate us on something in our industry that could eventually cost us money and we might talk to you at a later time. By the way, this later time would not be 5 seconds after you receive a notification that someone has downloaded your cost-saving tips. That will freak information buyers out. No one here can or wants to write. We get it. We don't want to write either. However, we also understand the goal of all this online marketing, social media, blogging, liking, sharing hoopla is really about building trust in order to eventually sell products and services. If people don't trust us, they won't write us checks. Simple as that. How do we build trust with total strangers? We show them ways to solve their problems, even if it's not with our product or service. So how can we show them? Through articles on our blog. And here's how it works. Anyone in a business development role has to talk to people, whether it's on or offline. And when we're out talking to people, we're told to always ask others about their business and not talk about ours, right? So instead of talking about ourselves, we bring crap in the form of handouts and flyers and hope someone will want to read them. What if you stopped relying on handouts and flyers and started focusing on learning how other companies earn and lose money so you can better qualify leads? Researching companies online and producing articles geared specifically at solving their problems can be more impactful than thousands of dollars spent on printed flyers and ads.
So how does an article help us sell products and services, especially if we're not allowed to talk about the products and services in the article?
The articles are hosted on your website if you have a blog, which is one of the biggest challenges of all online marketing. How do I get people to my website? Blog articles give people a reason to come to your website and do something. When you add a blog on your website, please do not become a spammer to tell the world,
"Check out my new blog!"
A blog article isn't meant for promotion. It's meant to help your very best clients in some way, shape, or form. So what goes on a blog? What should you write about? How often? How long should it be? The bottom line on blogging: write things your best clients care about so much they would share it with others. You need sharers more than you need readers, so write for substance more than anything else. If you post 2 super meaty blog posts per month, and those 2 posts are shared with your best clients, and those clients share with 50 of their best clients, you can see where this is going. Think of having a blog on your website like having handouts at a big event with all of your best clients and prospects. The media in the term social media is basically like a flyer, which in this case would be the blog article, you bring to networking events online. If the media you bring to the event is irrelevant, promotional, or just plain sucks, you aren't going to make many friends, and they aren't going to share your media with their friends, which means you won't get any referrals. That's why we say a blog is the perfect tool to have on your website. A blog doesn't only provide information that helps your existing clients, it also gives them an easy way to share and refer you. None of this sharing hoopla happens if your blog articles are fluffy and lack substance. Fluffy isn't shareable, and your best clients aren't going to share anything that makes them look stupid. They also won't share if it's 4 pages too long. That only makes them look inconsiderate of other people's time when they go to share the article with them. Time is money, and no one has time to read novels online. The faster you get to the point, the more shareable your posts will be. Since the goal is to earn trust, it's best to post articles that elevate your clients' trust for you, so they will feel comfortable sharing what you have to say. So what do you have to say? What could you write that would help your buyers make better decisions? Put it in a blog post at least twice a month and let the sharing begin. Are your social networks connected to your website? When you don't have your social networks linked to your website, you have some doors closed and are likely missing out on business. Here's what we mean. Remember, your website is an online location. Online locations work different than, say, brick and mortar locations in that sometimes customers come and go through the side door, the rooftop, or even the basement. Translated online, that means they may first show up on your homepage, your contact page, your blog, just depending on where they came from, and then they may leave through Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. They may show up on your website's email sign-up form directly from your Facebook page, but they will feel immediately frustrated if they can't go back to Facebook from your site because you do not have that open door. Since online locations have so many possible doorways, it's important to make sure all the doors you have working are open for business. This seems like a no-brainer, but we've seen countless companies who have a robust Facebook page, but have no trace of that on their website. Or vice versa. They have a robust Facebook page, and when you click on the About section to learn more, there is no link to their website. This feels disappointing, and since most people buy based on emotional reasons, the last thing you want your prospects to feel is disappointment. Social media buttons are like extra doors. The best way to keep your doors open and your customers happy is to embed social media buttons at the top, bottom, or along the side of your web pages, so that people can come and go as they please through your branded pages. Bonus tip. Do not feel obligated to link every social media channel available to mankind just because an icon exists for it. If your company is not on Twitter or you've abandoned your Facebook page, there is no reason to send anyone there. Only add social network buttons to your site where you would send prospecting clients and where pages are actively being managed.
What about share buttons?
Share buttons are in addition to social networking buttons, and they are not the same thing. Share buttons essentially enable visitors to easily share or recommend a product with their friends on whichever social network they choose, whether you are on that network or not. You can get the share buttons from places like addthis.com. which also comes with the added benefit of analytics to see how the content is actually being shared.
Another bonus tip.
Don't overdo it. Before you go plastering share buttons all over your website, make sure there is information on that page that people would find worth sharing. What do we typically find when we visit a company's contact page? Likely a map, maybe an address, maybe a contact form, or a few email addresses to key leadership personnel.
Boring.
First of all, if you list email addresses on your website, you are only really asking for spam. Organizations notoriously hire students to browse prospect websites and extract email addresses like those on your website to put on email marketing lists. Oh, and this is illegal, by the way. Not only that, retail spam bots love to auto-email you about their latest info on their purse specials. Purchase factory direct in Bangladesh. Not exactly the kind of leads you're hoping for. On the other hand, if you connect your team's LinkedIn profiles to their photo or icon by their name on your contact page, someone will likely click on that link and self-discover whether or not they want to reach out. The self-discovery typically happens by vetting out who you know that person also knows on LinkedIn, so you can determine if they are in your same circles. If you cannot find anything to relate to, you start making judgments and either leave or find another contact at the company that looks more desirable to contact. We do not want to pick up the phone and call you. Seriously, we are information buyers. Help us self-discover we should be talking to you by showing us you are in our circle. Somehow, some way. If we find our best clients are also connected to you, we immediately feel we should also know you and are more likely to reach out and collaborate. You have a better opportunity for business development when you connect the real humans working inside your company to your website. And that's what it means to be social. The 4 critical elements of a website that's social. 1. Useful to best clients and prospects. 2. Has a blog with at least 2 articles posted each month. 3. Has social media icons so people can go back and forth. 4. Contact info linked to staff LinkedIn profiles.